Today we're doing something a little bit different.
Something that's definitely a little bit more for fans of history.
Today we're going on a hunt for communist era buildings in and around Zagreb.
Come check out the architecture with us.
Croatia used to be a part of Yugoslavia, which was a communist country that existed from the end of World War II up until about the mid-90s, when the different republics started breaking apart. But in the time that they existed, they built so much as the cities expanded, and buildings like the building behind me are remnants of that communist time today. So one of the things with communist cities, specifically in the Soviet Union, but it seems like they did some of it here, is that they would make these like planned communities, these planned neighborhoods, where you'd have several apartment blocks within a small radius of each other, and then the school and like the entertainment stuff right within that neighborhood, and they'd be separated by big roads, and you ended up with a lot of, you know, similarly looking buildings crushed together. And it didn't work so well in practice from what I understand, but in some places, like if you go to Kiev in Ukraine, it's very visible how separated these communities are. So we made it to our first stop, and behind me are three buildings known as the Zagreb Rockets. These were built in the 1960s after a major earthquake. And if you look closely, they have these like concrete beams that come down and support the building. And it was designed that way so that the building wouldn't fall into itself in case of another major earthquake. What stands out to me about these three buildings is how tall they are. You can imagine that this was seen as a big victory for the Communist Party to have built such large buildings. I think some of the tallest we've seen since we got to Zagreb.
Oh, definitely the tallest that we've seen in the entire city so far.
Yeah, so you can imagine that this was probably a big win for the Communist Party to build this much housing. And I mean, clearly, people are still living here today.
So the next stop of our day is a place called the Cube.
The Cube is interesting because it was actually built to be the headquarters of the Communist Party of Croatia, which was the ruling party of the Republic of Croatia within Yugoslavia. Now that Communist Party doesn't exist anymore. There's another Communist Party, but almost nobody's a member of it. Clearly it looks like the Cube is in the process of being modernized, but you have to imagine when it was built, it is this large looming tower that would have been used as the communist headquarters. Even from the side here, you can see some of that old concrete. So here it is. That's the Mammoth. Freaking huge. It's meant to hold up to 5,000 people.
It sure looks like that.
It's huge.
There's a Consume, which is a grocery store.
Yeah, so they have a food outlet, which we haven't been in one of those yet, but they have a food outlet, a Consume, which is like a grocery store. DM is like it's like a Walgreens?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a Walgreens.
CVS.
This here, I don't know what they do, but it looks good.
Certainly looks yummy. There's a Big Spar, which is another
Oh,
grocery
Big Spar,
store.
yeah, two grocery stores in this complex.
Now, what are these things that we might have to check out?
We have restaurants over there, our own post office, tunnels,
That you can see into.
creepy dark tunnels, super creepy dark tunnels. But really, this complex has everything. I mean, it doesn't end.
No.
It really doesn't end, and it is its own neighborhood. Look, you got a bar. It's its own neighborhood. Another bar. So we have this endless complex called the Mammoth. Literally doesn't end. 5,000 people. Could be its own zip code. I think that's probably how we're gonna end this video, right? Because it's getting dark.
It's getting late. Thanks so much for watching. Like this video and subscribe to come on more adventures with us.